Hey everybody, Megan here. So I have just been thinking over the past like 6 months. Being a master trainer is amazing because I get to meet so many of y'all and talk to you about, by the way, there's a plumber in my house right now, so you're going to be hearing some crazy noises. It's okay. Everything's fine. Anyways, so I'm just so excited because I get to talk to so many of y'all who are instructors, who are brand new instructors, everywhere in between, as far as where you want to teach, where you can teach, and kind of what's going on. I have to say there's a whole lot of freedom as an instructor and as a Beachbody Live instructor specifically, because we don't have any licensing fees. If you're on protein, you stay current with your certification for forever, right? And that's it. You can decide how you want to make this a business for yourself. So this video is specifically about ways to promote your self-run classes. But before I go into this, I'm going to be talking about ClassPass and Groupon. Before I go into this, I do want to say, something that I talk about at trainings as far as you don't have to run your own classes, okay? I spent, and I'm still in the gym settings, of course. I've been in the gym setting for 15 years. So there are pros and cons to both, okay? So if you are an instructor, or if you're thinking about becoming an instructor and you're like, I'm wanting to branch out, where can I teach at? Starting at a gym or a YMCA or a fitness center or a club or whatever you want to call it has a lot of perks. You're a contractor with them, okay? So that's how that's set up. And that means you get paid per class, okay? So you get paid for the class that you teach. And there's a lot of good that comes with that, because even though you're at a set fee, they do a lot of marketing for you. You already have people coming in because they're already at the gym. So you already start with a really good pool of people, if that makes sense. And then there's a lot of benefits to running your own classes. What does that mean to run your own classes? You could do them out of your garage. You could do them in a park. You could rent a facility like a dance studio or a cheer gym or a martial arts place and run your classes there. Wherever you can hold classes. The perk of that is it gives you more flexibility, so you can teach whenever you want, and you can teach whatever you want. So if you're wanting to do Insanity and Pio and alternate days, or Turbo and Size and alternate days, or whatever, it just gives you a whole lot of freedom to do your own thing. But it's a lot more work because you do have to market yourself. You have to be really smart about marketing yourself through social media, through flyers, through mailers. I mean, there's so many different ways that you could get your name out there. Word of mouth, of course, is the best. But there's a whole lot of freedom in it, but you also have to cover your bases. So on training day, I usually talk about, making sure you get your own insurance, which is going to run about $175 to $180 a year. And then also you have to find a spot. So you can't just show up at a park and be like, oh, let's work out here. You have to talk to the city that owns the park, or, if you're at a facility, you have to pay rent or something like that. So there's a lot more work on that end. So you choose which is best for you, right? Maybe you're in both worlds, or maybe you love the gym world because it's all set up for you, or maybe you want to run your own classes so that you have more freedom. If you're running your own classes, here's what we're talking about today. We're talking about two things that are really, really helpful. There's tons of stuff that can help you get the word out, but I want to focus on two because not very many people are using these. So the first one I want to talk about is ClassPass. ClassPass, oops, let me do the slideshow so that I can scroll through. ClassPass is, you've probably seen it when you're scrolling through Facebook, like in the ads section, like it might pop up, especially if you have a lot of fitness stuff that you follow on your social media. ClassPass it is growing. I will say that. It's in selected cities around the U.S. And so for those of you in Houston, I know it's in Houston. I believe it's also in Dallas. I'm not sure where else it is in Texas, but you can easily go to ClassPass.com and look at the map, okay? So you want to make sure that it's near you. And you also want to know, and I'll show you this when we get to the map, where in your city that this is big, okay? Because for a lot of you, this is going to be huge, because I know where some of you live. So this is what ClassPass looks like when you go to the website. What people do is they sign up with ClassPass, and that allows them to go to whatever gyms or facilities or fitness stuff that signed up with ClassPass that allows them to hop around to different places and try different classes. So it's like Group X junkies' dreams, right? Because they get to go to whatever they want to around town. So when people join ClassPass, they choose a membership fee. Okay, so let's see right here. I'll go back, don't worry. This is their membership options. So people either get the base membership, which is 5 classes, $50 a month, or they get unlimited, which is $89 a month. So that means they can either go to 5 classes a month, or they can go to however many they want to. Whenever somebody shows up to your class, then you get paid. Okay, so the cool thing for you is ClassPass is free. So for you to market your classes on ClassPass, you just have to hook up with one of their reps, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then it's free. There's no fee for you. You're just going to be offering, a discounted rate for the people that are coming. So you're not going to get paid a whole lot for the people that are coming to your classes, but it's going to be a great way to find new customers. So, it's your job as the instructor to help them fall in love with you in your classes when they come. So hopefully it won't just be a one-time thing, that they'll then sign up with you, right? And start coming to your classes for forever. But let me go back. So this is the map that I was talking about. Okay, I want you to look at this. Here's Houston. Where am I? I'm in Clear Lake. So I'm like over down here. Okay, over down this way. So you can see where ClassPass is in Houston. Can you see that? Central, west, a little bit south, and north. Okay, huge, huge, huge. And this honestly is the way that the fitness world is in Houston. But something like ClassPass helps you get to know, the fitness aspects of your city. So in Houston, all of the fitness stuff has always been central and west. Okay, so this helps you see that. So when over the summer, I had to put everything on pause because I was like uber pregnant, right? But I was trying to make things work, and then I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna pop. So I did get in touch with ClassPass, and I believe the lady I talked to, her name was Julie, and she said, yeah, we're not really out in your area. So that could be both good and bad for you. Okay, so I know a lot of you are in the Katy area, in the central Houston area, in whatever area this is. So it could be really beneficial for you, because look how many things are out there. So this is where the users are as well, because this is where the gyms are that they're going to, the facilities that they're taking classes at. But for those of you like me who are like not even on the map, that live in Houston, don't discount it. It's something to try and to see how it goes, because people could come out to you, and new users, they might live over here, and then there's everything else is west, so it could be good to be the only person too. So just check out the map for your city, and kind of get a feel for where everything is, where all the gyms are that are doing it. Okay. So it's easy, no sweat booking, right? They can enjoy the process of booking this, because all they do is say, I'm going to this class today, right? They do it on their app. There's their plans we talked about. And then here's the information for you. Okay, so there is, if you go to classpass.com, you're going to scroll down to the bottom. At the bottom, there's a little link that says partnerships. You're going to click on that, and it's going to take you here. Okay, so grow your business with ClassPass. They partner with the best fitness providers to help them reach new customers and grow their businesses. Okay, so for ClassPass, obviously they're getting a cut of people's, paying them to take people's classes, and then you'll get a small cut as well when people come to your classes. Okay, so the good thing is I think you're going to get quality people that come in off of ClassPass, because think about it, who uses this type of stuff? Young people, right? Like, probably not too many old fuddy-duddies are going to be using ClassPass. Like, I think that you're going to get a good vibe from people coming, as far as they're obviously into fitness, they are schooled with technology, they know how to use this, and so I think you're going to get some valuable customers from doing this. And again, word of mouth is always the best, so then they can spread the word for you. So if you want to talk to somebody about being featured on ClassPass, then you keep scrolling down and you fill this out, okay? And then they will get in contact with you. They were super quick to get in contact with me after I talked to her. I mean, we were both like, yeah, we can't do anything right now because I was like 8 months pregnant. So I was like, I'll be in touch with you later, but good to talk to you, Julie. So they will email you, they will set up a time to chat, and you can, get all your questions answered that way. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is Groupon. This is Groupon Merchant. And I did this as an example, hypothetical little example for you if you were offering something. So okay, so Groupon can be great, but I will say this, it is pretty frustrating to learn. To set up your Groupon deal is like weird. So I would make sure that you have specific details. So like for me, when I was testing out Groupon, it didn't work because I was trying to run like a really, really short summer series again because I was about to pop, right? So I never really followed through with it. I set everything up and then I was like, oh, we need to cancel this. So because here's the deal with Groupon. You need to set it out in advance. I want you to think of your Groupon offer of something that's going to pay off for you, not tomorrow, not next week, but maybe a month from now, okay? Because it takes like, I don't know, like a week or something for them to even get your deal up and running. And then they say from there, it takes usually 10 days for traffic to really start purchasing your deal. Okay. So once I found that out, I was out because I was on a timeline. So for those of you who run monthly classes, who you want to do like, a discounted month or whatever, this could be something really, really good. Just know that you're not going to make a lot of money off of it from the actual Groupon thing. So let's say that you usually charge $60 a month for people to come to your classes. Well, Groupon is going to tell you to cut that down like 75%, right? So now you're charging $15 and you're only going to get 50% of that. I think it's 50% because Groupon gets the other half. Okay, so that's like $7.50 for a whole month of somebody coming to your class. Yes, but they can, that's why you put in there, they can only do the Groupon one time. And then if they love it, then they pay full price and become your customer. Does that make sense? So, people know with Groupon that it's a Groupon, that they're getting a really, really cheap deal on a cool service and that it's a one-time thing, right? I've used Groupon for tanning. I've used it for spray tanning. Don't worry. For vacations. I mean, what else have I used it for? Laser hair removal. Like I've used it for everything. And I know that, it's just good for that time, right? You can't just like reuse the Groupon over and over again. So it's a good ticket for them to try it out and hopefully once again, make that connection with you as their instructor and then become one of your customers. So this is some examples. So if you just like type in fitness classes in your area, this is some examples of what pop up. Know that if you try to use your own photo, they probably are not going to let you. They use generic photos. Like all of these are generic photos. So you can go back and forth with the people that work with Groupon and adjust your editing, okay? Because they might auto assign you a picture. You can choose a picture, but they might mess it up or something. So just know that there's going to be an editing process and it's something that you need to check on your dashboard. Okay, that was your dashboard right there. Okay, this is what your dashboard looks like. And it'll like say when you have a notification. So there is a process like you need to pay attention to during that week that it's not live yet, that you're working on it so that you can get it right. Okay, so again, another good way to promote your classes, you can post to social media. Hey, I have a Groupon for, a month for, $8 for my class, for my classes, whatever. So it's just a really, really good way. Think of it as both of these things they're not money makers. Okay. That's what I want you to know. They are bring people in makers so that then down the line, they can turn into your returning customers and become money makers for you. So I hope that helps. The other thing that I wanted to say was, Kristen brought up a good point. There is Eventbrite. There's different tools out there that you can use that are similar, where you can create an event and then, post about it and invite people to it. We do that sometimes for free master classes and stuff. Or, you could even do it for something, but usually it works if you have like a link for them to go to register. Okay, so for payment, if that makes sense. So like if I wanted to do one for a PIO workshop, I could put in the link for them to sign up for the workshop, if that makes sense. So if you don't have like an e-commerce for people to pay you online, you might want to rethink that one. Okay, maybe try it for a free class or something like that, but it might be kind of complicated to do for like your paid classes. But who knows? You can get creative and play around with it. Maybe you'll find a way. So I hope this helps you. Like, totally think outside of the box when it comes to getting the word out about your classes. Obviously, ClassPass and Groupon you can't use if you're working at a gym unless they're doing it for you, but it's not like you could, Groupon your classes at the gym, because that's not right. Like, it has to be your own, right? But there are different ways to put out there what you're doing. So I hope that this gives you some new, fresh ideas. And, with the age of technology that we're in, this kind of stuff is just going to be blowing up, and there's going to be more and more opportunities for sure. So hope that helped you, and y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.